this morning, Democratic House managers are finishing their arguments on Capitol Hill, and the defense's arguments should start. We'll have the latest from Washington coming up.
Plus, at DHEC's latest briefing, health leaders chose to delay a vote that would have finalized a vaccine distribution plan. Ahead, hear what areas of South Carolina officials are worried about.
Working for you. This is Good Morning Carolinas on ABC 15.
Good Friday morning, Carolinas. It's 5 o'clock and almost the weekend. We start off this hour with a live look outside out of our North Myrtle Beach sky camera. It's going to be a wet Friday morning as rain is moving in.
And it is going to be a little cooler today than it's been the past few days. We got highs in the 50s, and the warmest part of the day is actually going to be in the morning.
Okay, so we're going to cool down on the Friday, heading into the weekend. We can handle that.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Sounds reasonable. Anyway, it's Friday. Sydney, what's going on right now?
We're watching that cool air move on into the area and some showers as well. Looking at that live Doppler 15,000 this morning. We're seeing most of that rain is going to be in the PD, about Hartsville, moving into Bennettsville this morning. Taking a little bit of a closer look there, we'll see near Hartsville, it's going to move into Blenheim, parts of Dillon, and even into the border belt. We're seeing some of that rain moving toward Laurinburg this morning. Yesterday we saw some fog out there. This morning we're seeing just a little bit more of that. Not quite as dense as yesterday, but it's about half a mile visibility in Kingstree. That's the lowest out there right now. Otherwise, seeing about a mile and a quarter in Johnsonville, 2.5 miles visibility in Florence. Make sure, again, if you're headed out anytime and there is fog like this, you just add an extra few minutes to your morning commute. As far as temperatures go, we're in those 30s and 40s. We're going to see about 43 in Florence right now, 49 in Myrtle Beach. Like we mentioned earlier, some areas will actually cool down as we make our way into the afternoon. Some areas will continue to warm up, but just by a couple of degrees. It's going to be a little bit cooler out there as we make our way through the day today. Hour by hour, you'll see even 42 by 8 o'clock, and it does dip down 41 by 9 and 40 at 10 o'clock. And as we make our way all the way through the day today, we are going to see about 48 as your high inland, 51 on the coast.
Time now for ABC 15 News Ways on Time traffic.
If you're getting out the door this Friday morning, this is a look at Ways in Conway, where there's no issues out on the road. And it's the same across Horry County right now and the PD. Of course, we'll keep you updated, though, all morning long.
Happening today, we're expected to learn more information about the reopening of schools here in South Carolina. State Superintendent Molly Spearman and officials with the Department of Education are holding a press conference this morning. The virtual meeting will give an update and answer some questions on schools reopening, along with COVID-19 vaccination efforts for teachers and staff. Now, earlier this week, DHEC officials said teacher vaccinations depend on supplies available, and their focus continues to be on vaccinating people most at risk of COVID-19 first. Spearman is also expected to talk about new federal funds for both both public and private schools. Now, this meeting is scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning. We will be streaming it on our website, WPDE.com, as well as our Facebook page. Coming up in about 15 minutes, how an announcement expected today by CDC officials could actually impact the reopening of schools here in South Carolina.
This morning, we're working to get the name of a man killed in Loris after what officials are calling a road rage incident. Police officers say one person was shot and another was arrested yesterday. The parking lot of the Speedway gas station on Broad Street was closed off for hours during this investigation. The county coroner tells us the victim was 34 years old and died from his injuries while being treated at a hospital. This morning, a store clerk is in a hospital after police say they were shot during an attempted robbery in Florence last night. They say it happened at the Oakland Superette on East Marion Street. Officials believe the injuries are not life-threatening. No arrests have been made so far.
Just a reminder, time now 5:04, and you can get all of these breaking headlines scrolling now at the bottom of your screen.
You can also get the latest weather updates over on the right side.
DHEC board members have delayed a vote that would have finalized a plan to distribute vaccine doses across South Carolina. They were expected to send doses to counties based on the size of their populations. State officials have been figuring out which hospitals and pharmacies get vaccine doses. The plan would have set specific amounts for each county. DHEC board members spent a lot of time worrying about rural counties. They're worried acceptance of the vaccine just isn't high enough to end this pandemic, especially in those communities.
It might be good to stress that if you want to get rid of these masks, you either belly up to the bar and get your shot, or we're going to stay in masks for a long time. I think it's in everybody's interest. I hate these things.
Board members noted health officials are on track to vaccinate half its population. That's short of the 70 to 80% needed, though, for herd immunity. If a candidate has an issue with the results of an election, they can protest those results. Next, we'll tell you about a South Carolina bill that could change how these candidates can protest primary election results.